it would be no problem in getting these radio stations or these commercials, these advertisers to pull their commercials from these stations that play that crap, because they don't take it, and we won't take it. People don't, they even look out for dogs more so than they do our people, and that's the bottom line. And we're saying enough of that. It's time to stop it.
Right. I know how offensive it is also in the classroom with cyberbullying, and how this leads to the behavior with students, distracting them from their studies, from their culture. So I know it takes a lot of work to also continue to maintain, to actually support them and empower them as young kings and queens, to support them, to grow well and strong. And they feel it, but battling, with a lot of this propaganda, a lot of wear and tear in the school system as well.
It is, and it's wear and tear. A lot of times people get on a sort of that it's the parents' fault. We should turn it off. Well, we have parents who are working with us. Many of us who are working on this campaign are parents. And our parents already have a tough time. And I know 75% of our homes only have one parent in them, and they need help. And for radio stations to be playing this sort of vile, vulgar music does not help the situation. And music is part of one's culture, which is defined as a people's way of life. And if the music is constantly telling us to do these disrespectful things, there's a song out that they played that was a top 10 song for young Africans in this country called Try Me. This was done by a young lady, her name's Daisy Loaf out of Detroit. Let it end, Try Me. I'm going to get his whole MF and family. And now I'm in the Chicago area where in 2016, thus far, close to 12 Africans a day are being shot. 12 a day. Already over 500 people have been killed. And I guarantee that at least 490 of them are African descent. And you have radio stations out here who are playing songs with lyrics like chopper, decapitate him, blow his face off. And it's not just in Chicago. I was in New Orleans last week. As soon as I get into the car, turn the radio on to monitor with the crap they're playing out there, same thing. I heard the same song.
I remember being so shocked when I heard some lyrics to a song about a sister singing about slap me, pull my hair, all kind of violence. And that was being played a lot. Power 106, some other radio stations, and mainstream radio, just so abusive. And I was like, wow, this is what my students are listening to.
Constantly. We get a lot of it from the students when we talk to them. They say, hey, Mr. Pratt, guess what I just heard? Like I told them about a song by an artist named Lil Boozy. He had a song called Wipe Me Down. We was talking about shooting the end if he stepped on his toe or something. And my little brother said, man, that's nothing. He mentions 3 brands of condoms. Then he says, better yet, how about the barrel of my tech? So, and this is on the radio, so we got the stations to stop playing that particular line, but then a couple years later, they're playing it again. And so on the 15th of October, we're saying turn off killer radio. That's the campaign that the group is working on, turn off killer radio. And we're doing this in New York, in D.C., in Detroit, in Philadelphia, in Chicago, in Gary, in Youngstown, Ohio, in Atlanta, Georgia, in St. Louis, Missouri, in Kansas City, Missouri, and we have to have some warriors in Los Angeles. We're doing it in Los Angeles, too. Simultaneously, we're telling the people, we're asking the people to turn off killer radio on the 15th of October and beyond, and we're demanding that these radio stations stop playing that garbage. Stop. And their advertisers, we're going to see the advertisers on the 15th. We're going to be demonstrating at the advertisers, and we're starting with McDonald's because they are pretty much the number one advertiser on these stations throughout the U.S. of A.
Again, we've been speaking with Brother Kwabena, who is with the Clear the Airwaves Project, who will be speaking on Do Black Lives Matter in Hip Hop at the FIBA Center, which is at 5730 Crenshaw Boulevard, this Friday, September the 30th at 7 p.m. And so, Brother Kwabena, do you have any closing statements and any contact information?
Yeah, you can get information about our movement at Clear the Airwaves, like an ocean waves, Clear the Airwaves Project on Facebook. Our Facebook page is the best way to get the information. You can contact us also at clearairwaves. Email clearairwaves@gmail.com. And again, this is something that we must do. Our goal was to get this crap off by the end of the year. We've been working for years and years on this, but at the beginning of the year, we said, okay, this is fine, this is fun, but no, it's time to put a stop to it. And so now we've got other organizations, again, like Rage Against the Ratchet, like Do Better Now, out of Jacksonville, Florida, and just organizations and groups of people all around the country who are working with us, like the Committee to Eliminate Media Offensive to African People, which that's their thing. And so it's beautiful that they're now working with us on this, and we're going to make this happen. You got to get it off because it's destroying the psyche. The late Dr. Francis Cress Wilson said pretty much that rap music has annihilated the self-respect of black people. And so we got to turn that around. Our homeboy from out there in L.A., D.L. Euglin, when we challenged him about this, we talked about it. He said, well, brother, that horse is out the barn. And so we said, okay, yeah, maybe out the barn. So what do you do if you have anything out infecting the people? You either get rid of it, you off it, or you take it and put it back in that barn and secure that barn. And so that's what we're doing. And by the end of the year, and that's too long, we're going to get this crap off these killer radio stations. We need the people to turn off the killer radio, and we need warriors if we're going to make this happen. So we need some help.
All right, and that turning off the killer radio is going to happen on October 15th, but we'll see you first on September 30th. Thank you so much, Brother Kwabena.
You're welcome. Asante Sana.